start with what we call a TEM, Threat and Error Management. So I'm going to first talk of the threats that we have at Mexico. First of all, it's a high elevation airport. So there's three things that we're going to have to definitely look into. And the first of all is the air traffic control here. The communication not that easy because of, I guess, the tools that they have, and then the Spanish and French don't always mix up together. So basically, it's not a critic, it's just a fact. So if there's any hesitation, if there's a clearance that we don't understand, we make it repeat. Yeah. All three of us have to be sure of the clearance. That's the first point. The second one is the altitude. They often ask us to reduce our airspeed, and we're limited at 20,000 feet to select flaps. That means that we're not supposed to lower the flaps above 20,000 feet. And it did happen before, so be very careful. If they ask us to reduce the speed and you see that I'm above 20,000 feet, just let me know. It could be happening that I'm busy doing something else and ask you for flaps, and that would be my mistake. So there's something else we have to look into. The third one is obviously the high elevation airport. So there's a bunch of things. Good weather today, but nevertheless we have to be careful with the localizer. Speeds are high, so the overshoot is possible of the runway axis. So I'll do my best to come in with the right configuration, the right speed, and I'll talk a little bit later. I will keep the autopilot and throttle pretty much until the final turn. I'll keep you posted for this. The landing too, so that means a high elevation, flaps 30, use of the reverse and the speed brakes, and I find almost 2,500 meters of runway. That is, if you run it up the next 100 meters. So the key point here is no flare too long. That means if you believe that it's more like, for example, 4 seconds, don't hesitate. Even you, Guillaume, you just raise your voice and your announce go around. We'll talk about it later, but I will apply, obviously, the procedure. So that's another important point.
Speed back 200 knots and clear the USDB 5 road departure plans 438.
Flaps 5. We're clear for the
Flaps 5.
Right. Next speed 200.
Checked.
The Alex looks like the good one. 109.1, 053. Level change.
Checked. First, flight level change.
Checked. Flaps 10.
Flaps 10.
Checked.
Cabin ready.
Checked.
BNC, préparez-vous pour l'atterrissage. Very good frequency.
Yep. Okay, gear down. Speed 180.
Checked.
Flaps 20.
Gear down. Flaps 20. Speed alt.
Checked. So maybe speed will be 150, so we'll keep 160 until the final turn.
Yeah.
Flaps 25.
2,500.
Checked. Heading sail.
Checked. Flaps 25.
Checked. Flaps 30. Speed 150.
Flaps 30. Descent 8,800.
Yep.
First flight divergent speed.
Dallas has been identified.
First flight divergent speed.
See the runway. You ready? 148. And landing checklist.
New vertical speed.
Yep. You need to get the lock.
Tower Buenos Aires reference 438 on final far right. Reference 438, gate to land 5 right.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist, speed brake,
Arm.
landing gear,
Down.
flaps,
30.
landing checklist completed.
Thank you. Can you have a progress 2 for the wind on your side?
Yeah. Wind 020 degrees.
1,000.
Thank you.
Stabilized.
Yep.
Gear around altitude 12,000.
Yep, please. You can. I checked it out. That's good. So gear, flaps, lights, look clear.
Yeah. Wind 090 degrees, 6 knots.
Thank you.
$500.
Checked.
400. Approaching minimums.
100 degrees.
300.
7 knots.
Minimums.
Continue.
200.
Wind calm.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brakes up. Reversals normal. $60 knots. The brakes.
Fix left. Level change.
Checked. First, flight level change
Check.
speed.
Flaps then.
Flaps 10.
Checked.
Cabin ready.
Checked. Okay, gear down. Speed 180.
Checked.
Flaps 20.
Gear down. Flaps 20. Speed alt.
Checked. So minimum speed will be 150, so we'll keep 160 until the final turn.
Yeah.
Flaps 25.
2,500.
Checked. Heading sail.
Checked. Flaps 25.
Checked. Flaps 30. Speed
Flaps
150.
30. Descent 8,800.
Yep. Hold on.
First flight divergence speed.
This is being identified. Look.
First flight divergence speed.
See the runway. You ready?
Checked. 11855 France 138, bye bye.
Speed 148. And landing checklist.
New vertical speed.
Yep. get the walk.
Tower Buenos Aires reference 438 on final 5 right. Reference 438, gate to land 5 right.
Landing checklist.
Landing checklist, speed brake,
Arm.
landing gear,
Down.
flaps,
30.
landing checklist completed.
Thank you. Can you have a progress 2 for the wind on your side?
Yeah. Wind 020 degrees,
1,000.
7 knots.
Thank you.
Stabilized.
Yep.
You're on altitude 1-2000.
Yep, please. I checked it out. That's good. So gear, flaps, lights, look clear.
Yeah. Wind 090 degrees, 6 knots.
Thank you.
$500.
Checked.
400. Approaching minimums.
100 degrees,
300.
7 knots.
Minimums.
Continue.
200.
Wind calm.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Speed brakes up. Reverse as normal. Sixty knots. The brakes.
Next left. Maybe the next one is here.
First left wheel short of 5 left, reference 438.
Hold short of 05 left. Next one.
Yeah.
And we're on Bravo.
Approaching 2-3 right.
And that's correct.
Clear to course 5 left on Bravo 1285, reference 438.
It's clear on the right side for you?
Clear right hand side.
Airbus is vacating the runway 05 left. It's clear.
Ground Buenos Aires reference 438 heavy on Bravo. We taxi Bravo gate 31 Alpha reference 438. That way.
Good. So it's clear. The guys here.
Yeah.
It's right on the right side. It's good for you.
Yeah.
Clear. I see 29, 31.
Yeah, 31 and 31 Alpha.
Okay, the first one. All the lights off. Don't mind the pressure crew announcement.
PNC, dernier virage.
The area is clear.
Yeah.
Okay,
Clear
here's
right, clear left.
good. The walkers are clearing the way.
And we're winning.
do it on the right side now for you. Parking brake set.
Check.
Well, thanks for being with us on this flight. And now we're in Mexico. And hold on, because we're going to have to bring it back to Paris. So enjoy your time in Mexico. And I hope you enjoy the flight with us. See you next time.